His system was reporting 5 intercontinental ballistic missiles launched from the United States, heading straight towards Soviet Union. It was in the early morning of September 26, 1983, when a Soviet army officer, Stanislav Petrov, sitting inside an early warning command bunker near Moscow, heard sudden alarms. He has minutes, not hours. No time for debates. According to protocol, his duty is simple: report the attack to higher command. And that report could trigger a full nuclear retaliation. 5 missiles, enough to begin the end of the world. Petrov was trained to trust the system. The system was new, automated, advanced. If he followed instructions, the warning would move up the chain of command, and once that chain started, it would not stop. But something felt wrong. Petrov made a calculation, not mathematical, not machine-like, but logical and human. He asked himself a question no machine was programmed to ask. If the United States were launching a nuclear war, would it really start with just 5 missiles? Nuclear first strikes are designed to overwhelm, to blind radar, to eliminate retaliation. 5 missiles made no sense. Petrov hesitated. He did not report the alert as a confirmed attack. Minutes later, it was confirmed. The system was wrong. A rare alignment of sunlight, clouds, and satellite sensors had fooled the early warning system into seeing missiles that did not exist. The technology failed. Humanity survived because one man questioned a machine. But that wasn't the only case where human logic prevented catastrophe. Early morning, November 9th, 1979. Inside the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, deep under Cheyenne Mountain, Colorado, U.S. warning systems suddenly light up. Screens show a massive Soviet nuclear strike underway, not 5 missiles, hundreds. Intercontinental ballistic missiles appear to be launching from inside the Soviet Union towards the United States. The alert is transmitting instantly. NORAD, the Pentagon, Strategic Air Command, and the White House. Fighter jets are scrambled. Nuclear bomb prepared to take off. At the highest level, the warning reaches Zbigniew Brzezinski, the U.S. National Security Advisor. He has minutes to decide whether to wake the President of the United States, and once the call is made, the chain towards nuclear retaliation begins. But something doesn't align. Radar systems on the ground do not confirm the attack. Satellite data conflicts the warning displays. After 10 minutes of verification, the conclusion becomes clear. There was no Soviet launch. The cause? A training simulation tape was mistakenly loaded into a live operational computer. A rehearsal was interpreted as reality. The systems did exactly what it was designed to do. Humanity survived because human stopped it in time. Less than 1 year later, June 3, 1980, again, NORAD systems report incoming Soviet missiles. Then they disappear. Then they reappear. Numbers fluctuate widely. 200 missiles, 2 missiles, 0 missiles. Confusion spreads across command centers. Once again, nuclear forces move towards readiness. But officers notice something deeply wrong. An attack cannot behave like this. The alert is halted. The cause is later identified as a faulty computer chip, a single failed component worth 46 cents. A microscopic hardware error nearly triggered a nuclear response. These decisions were not made in abstract. They were made in places like this. Early warning systems once watched the sky from satellites, from underground bunkers, and from remote mountains. Mount Umunhum was one of them. The radar behind me stood guard during the Cold War, ready to warn, ready to protect, if those alarms ever become real. I'm standing here because this place was part of the same fragile chain that depended on human judgment. And today, that chain is changing. Now ask yourself this: what if these systems were fully automated? What if there were no human hesitation, no doubt, no intuition? Would an artificial intelligence ask itself, does this make sense? Or would it follow instructions perfectly? Today, early warning systems are faster, more connected, more automated, and now we hear that artificial intelligence is gradually entering military decision-making. The question is no longer whether machines can detect threats. The question is this: should machines ever decide when humanity ends?